Peace, y'all. It's the Lord here, Cold World. I'm over here kicking it with the guy, Jay Wiggs. What's good, sir?
It's good, Brody.
Can't call it. Just welcoming everybody back to another episode of Brodies Sports Talk. It's prime time, episode 21. Just want to thank everybody out there for supporting the platforms. If you're not following us, you need to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and click on the bottom right-hand corner and like and subscribe. You are talking to millionaires, baby. The views just keep streaming in like our cup is runneth over with.
Hey, we just got to keep going. We're not doing it for the views, though. We're doing it for the people.
Yeah, for all the Brodies out there. So we need to get the 500 subscribers here, just to hit that first level of influence. So click on the bottom right-hand corner and again, tell a friend to tell a friend. But to go ahead and get started here, Wiggs, I don't know how much, I don't even know how to really say it. I mean, we started off high, coming into this season. We were very excited about Five and what they could do for us. But after, all the losses, the blowout losses, the historical blowout losses, the injuries, I'm just washing done, Wiggs. I am done on this season, and I'm looking towards the future. So to kick things off here, Wiggs, what's it look like, for the Commanders for the future, man? Like what do you think we're gonna do next year? Like, do you think this was just a scrap season and just chalking up the injuries and next year we're going to get back to normal? Or is this something we're going to have to deal with next year?
I see changes coming. Year 3 for Dan Quinn. Year 2 for Cliff Kingsbury. I don't think he makes it to year 3. Our defensive coordinator. What's our defensive coordinator's name?
Joe Shit Jr. Oh, excuse me, Joe Witt Jr.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's done. He's already doing intern work.
Yeah, so I think year 3, the changes might be Dan Quinn and Adam Peters. I think they have to do something in the draft. After year 3, they have to do something in the draft next year. They're gonna get next year, but it's the off season, and I'm hoping that we get a top 5 pick. I'll be honest. Yeah. I think you said it all along, Cole. Washington, Jaden, you can sit out for the rest of the year, except for Christmas. If you want to play
the Brodies will be live.
Game when we come, that's the game you can play. Every other game, don't worry about it. Just sit out because we look bad, man. 31-0.
Not just 31-0, Wiggs. 31-0 from a team that arguably had a quarterback that couldn't hit the ocean from a boat.
Oh, the Vikings just got beat 26-0 within the past 2 weeks before this game. So you let a team that scores 0 score 31 on you, and you score 0 on them. Make it make sense, Kyle.
Yeah, it was a very any given Sunday type of scenario here, because when you think of it, they're the first team since the 90s to be shut out one game and then shut another team out the next week, the Vikings. So it's like with the Skins, it's like we do well, but when we do bad, we do bad. Like, I mean, teams who haven't won games in years get their first win off of us. You remember when the Lions went 0-16, and then the following year they broke their losing streak against us. Dez Bryant put up career touchdown receiving numbers against Rashad Breeland that one year, during the Code Rashad Breeland gate, for those who know, but I mean, I'm done with this year, man. I mean, there's nothing else that they can do outside of just maybe put some film, some stuff on film for players that are going to be free agents next year. Maybe start evaluating some of these rookies like Ben Sinnott now that Ertz is done. I mean, shout out to Zach Ertz, man. I don't think he's going to come back. Horrible way to end a career, if you ask me.
And it was off a bad hit, in my opinion. It was
a dirty hit too. I don't care what no one says.
That's
like, why are you tackling him that low? Yeah. But I mean, Jaden has let me not disrespect him. 5. I'm not calling him Jaden unless I'm mad. But like five is not 5 this year. Like we said, in the last episode, he's been injured. So because of his recovery times, he's missed time with practice, in practice. Obviously, his number one guy, and Terry McLaurin, hasn't been there just as many games as him. So there's no continuity. There's no camaraderie, and Yeah, and our defense is worse than last year, arguably. So it's not like we're even putting up a fight. And I love Mariota, but we look bad all around. Exactly, Wiggs.
I was gonna say this: Mariota looked better last week than he did this week. I think they should have just kept with the continuity, give Jaden another week. Because again, in my opinion, when you're dealing with an injury like that, for a player of Jaden's size, you're just going to have to protect him a little bit more. I like that they did have a brace on him during the game. Mm-hmm. I like the play calling. Actually, before he went out, he was getting rid of the ball fast. Yeah, that's what we've been wanting to see from him all year. So it was like, okay, you're doing it because you want to stay healthy, but you could have been doing this all season long and protecting yourself a little bit better. Because you did it. You did it last year. You made the right play. You got rid of the ball really quickly. So, I mean, and we ran the ball early, and then we just stopped running the ball. So, Cliff Kingsbury, again, I don't think Cliff is going to make it past this season. Yeah. And if we can get a top 5 pick in the draft, hey, I'm looking forward to next season. Because if Jaden can come back to just playing smarter, and I think he will, because an off season with Jaden having a bad year, he's the type of player that's going to...
He's pissed. He's pissed.
He's going to do everything that he can to get better. That's all I need to know. So year 3 for me, 10-win plus season. I counted in the books already.
Yeah, I'm optimistic because, number one, all of the injury bug that storm will pass. I don't think we're going to have back-to-back seasons where our primary starters, 17 in total, that contributed on both sides of the ball, being injured and being injured for long term. Like Terry's basically been out all season, So that
goes to Adam Peters.
Yeah, I mean,
we are the oldest team in the league. He didn't sign Terry McLaurin on time. That's Peters.
So as far as future goes, to your point, Peters and Quinn definitely have another year's worth of grace period before the seat gets hot. I still think they can stretch it out to 4 years, both of them. From there, we just have to see where we are. But going into year 3, we definitely got to get a new defensive coordinator. And we have to leverage and plan about possibly getting a new offensive coordinator, not because we fire or do anything with Cliff Kingsbury, but he may leave for a head coaching job. So we got to leverage against that. But
let me ask you this, Co.
Yeah.
Why do you think Dan Quinn and Adam Peters get 4 years? What have they done in the league that says they get 4 years?
Well, I mean, Peters, you have to give draft picks at least 3 to 4 years to see if they are going to work out. So
you're saying from like a non-toxic environment standpoint?
Yeah, like it's give not a toxic time environment. They just didn't hit on some of those picks. And
you need 3 or 4 years to actually
evaluate them. Great example here, Wiggs. Emmanuel Forbes. Benjamin St. Juice on the Chargers is actually having a pretty solid year too. So, we can't pull the trigger so early on these players and these coaches outside of Joe Witt. I'm sorry. He's got to go. 2 years in a row.
Defense is just not doing.
Yeah, it's regressed. And last year it was terrible. So that's got to change. But from a player personnel standpoint, when you really think about it, draft picks really only hit 15-20% of the time. We were lucky to get 2 or 3, within these past couple of drafts. So I'm still optimistic. I think after year 4, if we haven't returned back to normal by next year and sustain it in year 4, then we can start talking hot seat. But I think after last year, I think we've given them at least 3 to 4 years, considering where we're coming from.
Because of last year too. Okay.
Because of last year. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good point. Let me ask you this about Jaden's health. Do you have any concerns next year going into the season? Do you feel like he needs to put on 15 to 20 pounds? Because he put on 10 to 15 pounds this offseason. So he did put on weight coming into the season and still got injured. But, anybody can get injured. So
And that may be the issue too. Like sometimes your natural playing weight is what it is. You know, like if you put on extra weight, it may hinder you in some shape, form, or fashion. But I think when it comes
getting away from when he's running, he's not getting away like he did last year.
He's doing a better job. I mean, we got to remember, man, like the dude is in his early 20s. He's coming out of college where he was virtually untouchable. You know, last year he had a stellar season. So this year he just maybe have felt himself a little bit more paused. But, you know, it's growing pains. You know, I think he's going to grow from it. But like most importantly, we got to remember, you know, Matt Stafford, his first 2 years, he only played like 13 games. Look at him now. You know, Joe Burrow, same situation. You know, like you never know. Like, I mean, just to kind of like switch sports here, Steph Curry was injury prone until he got all those surgeries done on his ankles, and he hasn't been injured, quote unquote, since. So it's hit or miss. I mean, last year he got injured, but he didn't miss any games. It's football. So I'm optimistic. I think this year has taught him a valuable lesson, which is live to play another down.
Love it. Yeah, so I would say the future is optimistic. I can completely agree with that. I'm looking forward to the draft, though. Man, I can't wait till
that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing.
Episodes, man. We better not be better at it than they are.
That's I know, right? I know. And one thing we also got to factor in, Wiggs, we're going to get a top 10 pick regardless. We know that. Sure. But if we get that top 10, top 5 pick, should we trade back to acquire more picks since we lost all those picks in those trades? Or should we take the best player available? That's going to be the big question when the season is over.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's not something I can answer until I see the players that are available, because just like in this year's draft, and this is where I'm going to get on Adam Peters again. Listen, Cole, I'm on the train that's Adam Peters can get out of here.
No, after 2 weeks.
Listen.
2 years, you ready for them to go?
Nah, I'm gonna give him this offseason. I'm gonna give him. This is 3. I'm gonna give him 3 years. I'm not giving you 4. If year 3 doesn't look good, I'm not giving Adam Peters another offseason. But I'll say this about last year: it was the players that were available at 31 or not 31, whatever position we were picking at.
I think we were like 26 or something. I can't remember. It was like it was a late
20, 29, because we were, or 28. It was something like that. We were the last 4. But the defensive players that were available, they're doing great this year. Their defense, the teams that they're on look really good. The Seahawks with Eben Worry, the Eagles with their they got the linebacker from Alabama. Defensive ends have gone to a lot of places. Dallas got one of them in the second round. Ezeraku. These are all players we could have drafted at that spot. I like the tackle, yes, but we really needed defense and we didn't take it. So next year when we get to that spot, if it's the number, let's say we get we're at 6 right now. Let's just say we get 6. If there's a really good player at number 6, we got to take him.
Yeah,
you cannot pass up on elite talent. You got to take that player. So I'm gonna say that right now. If we get to that place in the draft and we have a chance at a great defensive player, take him. If not, hey, trade back, man. Get a boatload of picks, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, something like that. Absolutely, take that too. So
yeah, and then just to put the icing on the cake here, finally, as far as off season goes. I mean, we got to start thinking about re-signing certain players. We already got McLaurin locked up, thank God, for 1 more year. But we got to think about either bringing Debo back, extending Tunsil's contract, Louvu.
We might get some good value with the terrible year we just had. You know, those players might sign for less than they would have had we had a crazy year.
Speaking of a crazy year, there's been a lot of injuries this year, Wiggs, and to quote the great Method Man from the Wu-Tang Clan, I came to bring the pain, right? Now, these athletes right now in today's athletic world are getting paid more money than we've ever thought possible, and it's only going to continue to grow. So with great power comes great with, responsibility, since money is power, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So these athletes getting paid so much money and there's so many things on the line, Wiggs, like, do you feel like they're pressured to play injured? Now, playing hurt is different from playing injured. All right. They said, I don't know if you saw this movie called The Program, with Omar Epps. And there was a scene where he got hit and fumbled the ball and he was still on the ground. And the coach said, are you hurt or are you injured? And he was like, what's the difference? And he was like, well, if you're hurt, you can play. If you're injured, you can't play. So are you hurt or are you injured? And that was kind of like the mentality, really that's how it was when I played, right. Like I was hurt, but I can still play. But these Bammers are playing injured, Wigs. Like Daniel Jones tore his Achilles, but 2 weeks prior, he was playing on a broken leg. It was a fractured fibula, but that's a broken leg. Jaden Daniels just came off a dislocated elbow. It's dislocated. Like, that's a politically correct way of saying it broke, but it ain't broke. Because that thing went this way, Wigs.
No.
Are these players getting pressured to play injured now more so than hurt? And is that swaying the doctor's decision on clearing these players?
Absolutely. And we've seen it for forever. Again, JD5's mom had to come out and say, don't compare him to who? RG3, because it happened here in DC already with RG3. We've seen quarterbacks like Alex Smith come back. Bro, have you seen Alex Smith's leg?
It looked like it molded.
Dog. That's not like somebody who should be playing football. He came here because nobody else would sign him, and we said we would. And we let him play for a year. And, he got hurt at one point, and everybody was like, yes, don't play again. You play what he came here and did. I think he had a winning.
He did okay.
Yeah, he did all right.
Yeah.
So, but these guys are warriors, man. Like, and especially if your team is doing good, like the Colts were, when you start 7-1 or 7-2, like they did, and you're Daniel Jones, you're going to get a big contract next year after the type of year that you're having. You as a warrior, you're going to tough it out. You're going to play hurt, because all of those things in a contract year in football mean everything.
Especially a contract year. Yeah.
A contract year in football means everything. So players like Daniel Jones and players like rookies like JD5, RG3, like, I want to get another big contract. And how do I do that? Especially coming off winning the Heisman. I continue to perform and perform well. JD5's comparing himself to who? Kobe Bryant? Come on, what's the Kobe mentality?
You play injured if you comparing yourself to the Bean.
Exactly. He went out there on a broken Achilles and shot 2 free throws. Like, who's doing that? Everybody else can't get up. The Bean is like, let me finish.
Hey, yo.
Rest in peace, right?
Rest in peace, Kobe Bean Bryant.
But yeah, and again, let me add this too, Co. The cities that you play for. I think when you play for DC, when you play for the New York Jets, just the fact that you're in New York, that pressure, man.
Yep.
That pressure bursts pipes, and it makes you want to perform, and sometimes you do too much where it's like, bro, you could sit down. Like JD5, you can sit down, you can get down, you can let them get the touchdown after you throw the pick. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you don't have to do too much. But sometimes when you play in these cities, when you want to perform, when you want to get that contract, that pressure is real. And these guys are warriors. So this is what warriors do.
Yeah, I mean, but it goes definitely, much deeper as far as the rabbit hole goes, because this has been going on
deeper. Hey.
Yeah, the rabbit hole goes deep there, Wicks. Like, this is something that's been going on for years, and this is actually going to tie into our last installment of Did You Know? But like, players, not only are they pressured to play because of the money they've been paid, but also, like you said, like they're warriors, so they're trying to show their toughness. Depending on the situation of the game, like, for example, the 97 Super Bowl with the Broncos and the Packers. Terrell Davis got a migraine headache in the first quarter or second quarter. It was in the first half. And he said that his migraine headache now, he said that he couldn't see. He said he was blind. He couldn't see. And there's video of Mike Shanahan saying, look, it's 3rd and goal. And if we take you out, we're trying to run a play action pass. But if we take you out, they're not going to think we're going to run the ball. So we need you in there. So there's a clip of him actually, shaking the handoff, but he said he couldn't see a daggone thing. And John Elway ran it in, and the rest is history for that game. But the fact that the man was having a migraine and couldn't see, the first thing the coach said, he didn't say, "Are you okay? Is there anything that I can do for you?" No, he said, "Oh, okay, good. Look, listen, we're running the play action. They won't believe it's a play action if we don't have you in there. So get your ass in there, and we'll talk about that later at halftime." The chip is on the line.
That's terrible. I mean, and they got it done. So we can even go back to the Washington Nationals to switch up the sports code. We had Strasburg. I want to say it was his rookie season, and his arm was getting close. Everybody was getting that Tommy John surgery. Yep. Everybody was getting that surgery, and he had like a injury that was getting close to it. So they were only pitching him like 6 innings or something like that. And he reached his limit. His limit was like 250. He reached his limit in the playoffs. They stopped pitching him. They ended up not winning the championship. And it's like, he was pissed off. Like, yo, I wanted to pitch. And they're like, yo, you were going to get injured. So the next year, he's like, I don't care. He ends up getting injured, but they win the chip anyway. So he still gets a ring, but he was injured. So it's like, man, you want to play, but the teams, in some cases, the doctors are right. Another sport, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi left the Spurs because the Spurs doctor said he was cleared to play, and his personal doctor said no, he's not. So Kawhi's like, if these doctors are saying I'm cleared to play, but my doctors are saying I'm not, I don't trust you guys anymore. And
same thing with Trent Williams with his cancer scare. The Skins just overlooked it and said it wasn't nothing. Just get back there on the field.
Yeah.
I mean,
unforgivable. Yeah. Like, I got
it can go on and on. I mean, Alex Ovechkin, he played with a broken fibula a couple years ago. Old man Rivers, who's getting ready to start after 5 years off and making 5 more kids. He played a playoff game with a torn ACL and MCL.
Yeah,
So I mean,
so Cole, what would you say if it was your son? What would you say to him? Playing, he gets a concussion. Do you want him to go back out there?
No, not if he got a concussion. He's going to have to sit out. I mean, back in our day,
that's what I'm saying. Though, back in our day. Yeah, back in our day,
but that wasn't smart.
We were told to go get some meat on your helmet. Like pause. Hey, yo, pause. Hey, but that's what they said back. Like if you didn't have stuff on your helmet, it's like, bro, you weren't hitting out there. So a concussion back then. Brett Favre was playing through concussions.
Straps on your helmet. Yeah.
Dog, I remember Brett Favre getting knocked out of games and coming back, and they be like, "This is why we love Brett Favre, because he comes back." Like,
yep,
bro, this man should be out of the game for the next 2 weeks. Now, knowing what we know now.
Now, have you ever seen the Dallas Cowboy documentary, the Jerry Jones one?
A little bit of it, yeah.
So the episode with Troy Aikman. I don't know I think it was a Super Bowl game. He got a concussion. He got knocked out, and then he came back like a series later and like played his ass off. And he was saying that he had no recollection of playing the game.
Oh,
the remainder.
No
of the
memory
game.
at all. No memory at all.
Yeah, he completely forgot. But it's like it's the Super Bowl. Now look,
get back out there.
As a man that has to do what he has to do to put food on the table, I understand the risk that we as men take in our professions. Police, firefighters, doctors, transportation, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we work hard as men to put food on the table, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do, even if it means putting your well-being on the line. And that's understandable. That's how life is. But when the corporate greed takes over And they're like, you know what? We don't care about your well-being. We just want to win. Like what type of coach says, yeah, oh, you can't see? Yeah, but we need you out there. It's like, you've seen Any Given Sunday. They're like, look, we don't want you to do this, but we have to do this, but we don't want to be held liable. So you got to sign like a waiver or something. If you get hurt, it's not on my hands. I don't know.
Code, that's the same coach that coached RG3. So it's not even the same what type of coach. He has a reputation of not giving a damn about his players.
Now, and as far as RG3 is concerned, I mean, we all know the story, but like for those who don't know, there was a lot of lies that were swept under the rug. Like RG3 tore his ACL and he lied about his actual condition. The medical doctors lied as well. They told Coach Shanahan that the brace was on incorrect and they fixed it. He's good to go. And then there's audio that somehow got deleted of RG3 talking to Trent Williams about him hurting his knee worse than he thought. And Trent Williams saying, be careful. And he was like, yeah, don't tell nobody. And then he goes out there, a few plays later, boom. And the rest is history. But like to play advocate for RG3, he was having a Rookie of the Year campaign. He had another quarterback that was drafted behind him that was threatening to take his job because that's who they really wanted. And he knew if he didn't come back and perform, he could possibly lose his job. And to your point, Wiggs, being a quarterback for DC, Chocolate City, the home of the first black quarterback Super Bowl winning champion, we look at our black quarterbacks different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
He had nothing but pressure because I know I put the pressure on him too. I was like, we can't do this. We got to win. We suck as a franchise. We want a winner.
And then he comes in and wins 12, 14 games, including the playoffs. So,
you talking about
pressure,
5?
Yeah. So then the pressure this year is even more. But you're talking about RG3 putting the pressure on him, yeah.
Yeah, he had his Adidas campaign. You remember that all in for week 1 BS, fresh off the ACL tear? But he had that pressure on him, whether it was by the contracts and companies or by the pressure he put on himself. But these athletes, man, it's like it's getting worse. Like Bama's are playing injured now.
So you can see it with I can see it happening with Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel. Dylan got hurt. Next man up, Shedeur gets his chance, and now Shedeur starting for the rest of the season. So, if you don't play through that injury, next thing you know, you don't have a job.
Great point, Wiggs. They say you can't lose a job to injury, but it happens all the time. Look at Drew Bledsoe. I mean, the stories go on and on, man. They go on and on. I mean, Michael Vick's second stint and his resurgent came from Cobb getting injured. Mm-hmm. So if he didn't, shake it off and get back in there, now he's lost his job. He's lost his livelihood, and in some ways his confidence, just because he's like, I can't do what I, want to do anymore because I got injured. It's a great question to ask. Would you rather not get tired or not get injured?
Not get injured. Because if you get tired, you can re-energize yourself. But if you can not get injured, what's the best availability? Yeah, good point. Come on now.
That's what they say, Wiggs. But let us know what you think there, Brodies. Click on the bottom right-hand corner and tell a friend to tell a friend, and like on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Let us know what you think. Now, in the dating world, I'm blessed to have been married for 15 years. I'm not in the dating world anymore, but my wife and I love this show called Pop the Balloon. And it's hilarious just to see like how people just like pop their balloon on certain opportunities. So it's like, when you see an opportunity, you take it. But if you don't, sometimes you'll just say, sorry, I'll pass. Right. So, and the third installment we got for Did You Know, y'all, we're going to talk about the origins of the forward pass. Now, Wiggs, get your notebooks ready and get ready for a nice history lesson, bro.
Ready now.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to save this because I wanted to see your reaction to this because I thought this was very, very interesting. How the government played a role in evolving and revolutionizing the game we love today here. So after the season of 1906, which was dubbed the deadliest year in football, where 18 players died on the field.
Wait.
Yeah, you heard me right.
I'm laughing.
In 1905, at the end of the 1905 football season, it was dubbed the deadliest year in football as 18 people died on the field.
Like legit died?
Legit
what
died
are we
on the
talking
field.
about?
Legit died on the field. Now, in order to save the game, President Theodore Roosevelt, an avid football fan who worried the game could be outlawed if not made safer, more than 60 college universities met after the 1905 season and approved a rule book of revisions. Among them were eliminating of dangerous mass formations. Don't know what that means. I guess like rugby style.
Okay.
The creation of a neutral zone.
Like the tush push. That's like the tush push, Coach.
Exactly. The creation of the neutral zone. So the line of scrimmage that we know today, the neutral zone, that was created between the offense and defensive lines. And the doubling of first down distance from 5 yards to 10 yards, and the legalization of the forward pass. So that's the first starts of the revolution of football and how it started. Now, in 1906, the forward pass is legalized in college football as a safety measure to reduce injuries and deaths. And in 1906, September 5th of 1906, Bradbury Robinson of St. Louis University completes the first legal forward pass in a game against Carroll College. What? And from there, the forward pass was born and faced many different regulations and rule changes. In the 1930s, the forward pass evolution was hampered by restrictive rules. Early rules made it a turnover if an incomplete pass hit the ground. And it would be considered a touchback if you dropped the ball in the end zone. So if you threw a touchdown pass in the end zone, it was considered a touchdown, and dropped it. It was considered a touchdown.
That's why you had to have hands back in the day.
Yep. Now, they tweaked it a little bit more in 1938, where the rule was changed again so that only fourth down incompletions would be considered a touchback. So, like, if you went for it on fourth down and threw it incomplete, it's considered a touchback, turnover on downs. But
so it wasn't a turnover on downs, but you have to go back to the 20, basically.
Yeah, and you were only allowed one pass. Before that, you were only allowed one pass per series. One pass. And then in 1960s to the present time, the forward pass became more of a cornerstone of modern football. And it wasn't until the AFL and their pass-happy offenses is where the passing game became popular. Did you know that?
I did not know that, though. Hey, that's funny as hell. I'm happy you saved that code, because, yo. Again, I'm not trying to laugh, because you said 18 people died, and I just have to learn more about that. Like, that's crazy.
Here, just so they can test
it sounds like that's college and professionals. That 18 people died.
Total between college and professional, but football was more prevalent in college at this time. But
so it was more of like a rugby type sport, but not just rugby. It was more of like, when I tackle you, I'm going to choke you. Yes, I'm going to. If you get down here, I'm not letting you up. And
they intentionally went out there to try to hurt you. Intentionally.
So, Coach, it's like the way we say each generation is softer than the last generation.
That's why, bro.
Like, just imagine them.
They were playing football like this back in 1905.
Yeah,
we was gonna get
so imagine them when they started passing. They're like, "Oh, y'all so soft. We used to kill niggas." Like,
literally,
they really did. They really did used to kill niggas.
So in 1905, they had 18 total deaths. In 1906, it dropped to 11, so that was positive.
Oh my God.
And then 1907, they stayed steady at 11, and then it jumped up to 13 in 1908. But the simple fact that people were dying on the football field and the forward pass virtually saved not only the game but lives is something to tell.
Hold up. Who was the last person to die on the football field? I'm about to look it up. But tell me, do you know in the NFL? In the NFL, I'm gonna give you time to guess. Go. Who was the last person you think died on the football field in the NFL?
Hampton, technically. Didn't he die and get revived?
Chill.
I mean, I'm just.
Again, I'm not trying to laugh, though. But
technically,
I don't think he did. Oh man, this is terrible. This is terrible. When we get to Evan Cup.
But this shows how brutal the game was back in the day.
It's a brutal game.
Yeah, and how just like little rule changes can just make things completely different just from an experience standpoint. I mean, the 5-yard bump and run was because the Pittsburgh Steelers cornerbacks would tackle you at the line of scrimmage versus letting you get off the route. So that 5-yard bump and run in the legal use of hands was instituted because of that. You know, the crackback or the blind side hits.
Crackback.
You know, those were outlawed because of people like Ryan Clark and Sean Taylor.
Ooh, so that's a dangerous hit right there, man.
Yeah, it is. I've been blindsided a few times. It's not fun.
Yeah, the last person to die in the NFL was 28-year-old wide receiver from Detroit, Chuck Hughes, a white guy. He got hit, and they took him into the locker room, tried to resuscitate him, and they could not. So 1971 in a preseason game against the Buffalo Bills.
Man, R.I.P. man. Talk about being lost for the season.
Chuck Hughes. So 1971 was the last time an NFL player died on the field. That's got to be a good thing, you know, because the NFL definitely has had its transgressions when it comes to injuries, when it comes to concussions, you know, that's been a big thing. Yeah. There was a big report back in the day on ESPN. You know, that's how important ESPN. Shout out to Stuart Scott. I shouldn't say shout out. Rest in peace to Stuart Scott. There was a big documentary 30 for 30 on him, but ESPN has been so important in our lives, and they did one of those articles, and yeah, man, I forgot what I was about to say, but Chuck Hughes, man, down in the field, that's great. I didn't know this about the forward pass, though. I did not.
It's a brutal sport, man. I mean, and definitely RIP to all those who lost their lives for the love of the game, and so on and so forth. But let's see, one more history fact here: September 5th, 1906. So this is the guy who completed the very first pass in NFL history, Bradbury Robinson of St. Louis University.
White guy?
White, of course. Now, speaking of which, it wasn't popularized until some of the Native American schools started to adapt, and they're the ones that evolved the passing game with routes. Because everybody used to just run straight forward, but it was the Indian reservations,
the Native Americans started
that created the routes.
Chill out,
yeah, man. So it's so interesting just to see how all this history is right in front of us. But you know, let us know what you think there, Brodies. You know, any history topics you'd like for us to cover, leave them in the comment section on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and we'll look into that and do some research here for you. But now we got our playoff push here, Brodies. We're doing the AFC Mock Playoff Bracket now. For those who followed us last week, we got some pretty good feedback on on that. People pretty much agreeing. They think the Bears can still make a move, even
the
being
Bears
the 6th
just
seed.
went to the 7th seed, just like we said. Just like we said, Green Bay took that win. Just like we said, good call, Co.
You know, so we're going to do the AFC side. This is going to be very, very interesting because a particular team is not going to be in there. That's been in there for the better side of Trump's administration.
Years, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, like last time, we can go 7 and up. Kicking off at number 7, Wiggs. Who we got?
Cool. I do not have my joint. Put the number up for me.
All right. So we got the Texans 7 here at number 7.
Okay. Yeah. Nah. Houston, man. This is my defense and fantasy. Houston Texans. I like CJ Stroud. This is his 3rd year. I think he's seeing the field. I think he's understanding the reads that need to be made. The defense is what's really going to take this team where they need to go. So if they can stay healthy again, that's what it's going to take for all these teams. But if this defense can stay healthy, they just made Patrick Mahomes throw 3 interceptions with no touchdowns.
They made him look like an amateur
in a game that they needed to win. Mm-hmm. So
was that at home too? Did they beat him in Kansas City?
No, I think I want to say they were in Houston. I want to say they were in Houston. But
no, I think they were in Kansas City.
They might have been in Kansas City. They might have been in Kansas City.
They were in Kansas City.
And they did that. So yeah, I really like Houston. I think I sent you my rankings. I have Houston in the top 3 in the AFC. So again,
there's no argument with that.
They're going to be a wild card because of their record, but they started 0-3.
Yeah,
they're 8-2 in their last. They're 8-2 in their last 10. So that shows you who they really are. The first 3 games, CJ Stroud. I don't know what he was doing over the summer, but hey, he was having fun in Houston. I guess Houston's a great city, so CJ Stroud was enjoying himself. Got off to a slow start. 8-2 since then. I like where we're going. So I got them number 3, but number 7 as far as wild cards and actual records go. I like where they're at. What do you think, Co?
I agree.
Can Kansas City take this spot, Co?
No.
This is the spot.
I don't think KC's going to make it, unfortunately, because they're already a game behind all the people they needed to beat. Like the Chargers, they lost to the Texans. So that's 2 tiebreakers.
They don't even have the tiebreaker.
Yeah. So I like this pick. Like you said, power ranking wise, I don't think anybody wants to see the Texans because they're the number 1 defense in the league. And they made Patrick Mahomes look like his little brother. So number 6, we got one of the coldest white men in the business. Not the coldest, but one of the coldest, and my main man, Josh Allen. He's saying that MVP wasn't a fluke. He's showing why, because the dude is balling out. He's playing lights out right now. Unfortunately, that defense isn't as good as everybody else in this playoff bracket. So they're going to be relying on him like they always do. And I mean, he may just end up falling short, like he normally does in the AFC Championship. But they're going to make the playoffs. Give me them at number 6. What do you think, Wicks?
Hey, I got the Bills number 1 in my power rankings, man. And I don't see them falling short just because Patrick Mahomes is not in the field this year. Like, they don't have to worry about him. And all of the other teams that have really good defenses have really young quarterbacks.
Good point.
If Josh Allen can't get it done this year, everybody better be talking about him next year the same way they talk about Lamar Jackson. Because he has no excuse. If this was Lamar Jackson in this position, every topic on First Take, First Things First, whatever show you watch, they would be saying, oh, Lamar has to win. Lamar has to win. I need to hear those shows saying the same thing because that's what I'm saying about Josh Allen. From this point forward, the Buffalo Bills are the number 1 seed in the playoffs as far as power ranking. Yeah. As far as playoff bracket, they're number 6 because the Patriots have an easier schedule to finish the season, and I think they are going to get that seed in the AFC East. So the Bills are going to come in maybe 5 or 6, but to me, they're still the most dangerous team in the AFC playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you from a quarterback standpoint. You can make an argument. He's basically the best quarterback. In the playoffs. Now the 5th seed, this particular quarterback, and Justin Sherbert, he's also a little bit under some pressure too because he's been choking in the playoffs as well. Their defense is hitting its stride. Their offense is hitting its stride. They got Hampton back and a few other players that were on their injury bug. So right now, I got them being slightly better than the Bills. From a quarterback standpoint, I'm still taking Josh Allen. But from a totality standpoint, the Chargers, they got a pretty solid team. And, that defense can definitely take them some places. So give me the Los Angeles Chargers at 5. What do you think, Wiggs?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, they just beat the Eagles. The defense is really good. The coach is really good. Their running back, Omarion Hampton, is coming back. They have, I think, Khalil Mack at defensive end. And it's just like the Browns with Myles Garrett. When you have a player like Khalil Mack, like that's a game wrecker. And then you have a safety like Derwin James, who can check every position. He can come into the box and help in the run. He can go out in zone and protect in pass coverage. When you have players at each level like that, it's tough for any other team that you're playing against. And then, like you said, the Sherbert just gets it done. Like, he's
playing lights out, man. I mean, he shows some.
He's doing what he needs to do.
Playing with a broken hand.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. And I think the coaching as well is probably what's really getting them over the top, because it's just keeping them in. It's kind of like the Eagles. They're not putting themselves in bad position, although both of those teams had hella turnovers in this last game. Like, that was a great defensive game. It was like 6 turnovers in the first half, and that was like the most turnovers in any game in a long time or something like that. But outside of that, these teams are usually teams that don't turn the ball over. They play defensive game. They play field position. They kick field goals. Dicker the kicker got you to win in fantasy pretty much. Shout out to him. Hey, man. So I like the Chargers, but I don't know if I like them in the playoffs. I don't know if I believe in Sherbert.
That's where the test is going to be. Can he get over that competition anxiety that LeBron James had in his earlier years? But now we're going to move all the way out there to Pittsburgh. The 4th seed coming in is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we got the Steelers winning the AFC North, taking the 4th seed. They're pretty much going to ride the back of discount double check.
Out of here, man! Get them out of here!
It's come on, Baltimore!
Win. Come on,
it's a space filler.
Can y'all do it? You can do it, Lamar. I still believe in you, man. Come on, win these last couple games. Don't let discount double check come from the future and come from the past and do this, man.
The only reason why I'm pulling for the Steelers is for Mike Tomlin, so he can just shut everybody up. But he's got to do more than just make the playoffs. He's got to win. Man. He's got to do nigga, more. Man. He's always over 500. Like, dog, that's not the point of the game, dog. Like, yes, you had a winning season, but now it's time to win when it matters. So hopefully they may be able to get it done. I really don't think so. Now, there was a particular player that we all thought he wasn't going to get it done, coming in at number 3, and that was the former B word, Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to win the AFC North, and I don't know what their schedule is like, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they got a couple of division games towards the end of the season, like everybody does, and the division is pretty much lost now that Danny Dimes is out. So, what do you think, Wiggs?
Hey, shout out to my Uncle Steve, man. My Uncle Steve said he said, "Who is this on the Brodies, man? Is this my nephew?" And it was. So shout out to Uncle Steve for checking us out. Thank you for the subscription. Shout out to all the Jacksonville out there in Florida. Y'all are doing your thing, man. So hey, Shout out to Duval. And shout out to Lil Duval. Lil Duval came to Maryland Eastern Shore in my freshman year and did a comedy show. He was great. I've always had a special place in my heart for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And Sherbert, I mean not Sherbert, the B word is doing his thing, man. Like
Goldilocks. That's what I'm gonna start calling him.
And you gotta like the coach. Anybody with the name Cohen, you know they're gonna put the work in.
Yes, sir.
To put their team in the right position. So hey, we might have to look out for them in the championship. The last time a Cohen was a coach, the one that I know, he won a chip. So we really might have to look out for Duval. That might be the difference. Because sometimes it is coaching.
They all fly under the radar.
And the next team, or matter of fact, it's not the next team on our list. It's gonna be the number one team. But these are new coaches. But I don't know. Anything else you want to say about Jacksonville, Cole?
Jacksonville's just flying under the radar. They're just flying under the radar.
Another good defense.
But that's the thing. Like, is their defense good? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, no one talks about their defense being good.
They're good.
No one talks about their offense being good.
Have a good running game. Yep.
They just find a way to win 8 games, you know? So they're flying under the radar. And because of that, they may be a threat in the playoffs because I don't even know how to game plan for them. You don't even, yeah. So I'm with you on that. Now coming in at number 2, we're going mile high, baby. We got Bro Nix out there, brother Nix. He, I got them coming in at number 2 weeks because their defense is just as good as the Texans, and their offense is, just as good as the Texans as well. I kind of like Nico Collins and Stroud a little bit better, but the deciding factor here is going to be coaching with Sean Payton. He's a former Super Bowl winning coach, so he's been here before. So I'm going with the Broncos at number 2. What do you think, Wiggs?
I mean, the Broncos have a good defense. They have, matter of fact, a great defense. Some of the best defensive players in the league on this defense. Offensively, they have really good, talented players. Cortland Sutton is like 6'3" or 6'5" wide receiver that's fast, tall, can jump and catch any ball. Some great RJ Harvey, great running back out of the backfield to catch the pass, make a play. So they have some really good players. People are saying that Bo Nix needs to do more, but I think Bo Nix, again, he's in that Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, just get it done, make the right play. Justin Herbert, like these are guys that in the NFL, these quarterbacks I don't know if they have the leash to do what the old quarterbacks did, like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, who can, make audibles at the line. But these quarterbacks know how to get first downs. They know how to protect the ball. They know how to play the game of field position. If I can only get a 3 and out here, all right, I'm gonna take my 3 and out, and we're gonna punt, and we're gonna play the game of field position because we have a good defense, and I'm going to ride that defense. So I'm not going to discredit Bo Nix when they're winning like this.
Yeah.
So number 2, no, I don't have them over, Josh Allen, who's at number 6 on our list. I still would like Josh Allen just because of that quarterback in the playoffs. But as far as what the record is, as far as what this defense is, as far as what the coach is, a Super Bowl winning coach, I like the Broncos a lot. So,
yeah, a defense can go a long way, and I think this year has like really been the year of good defenses. I mean, every player that's in our mock draft, NFC and AFC, all have top 10, top 15 defenses, and that's what it's going to fall down to because defense travels. Because there's only one bye week. So Denver being the number 2 seed is still going to be on, they may host a playoff game. I think every division winner still hosts a playoff game, but they don't get a bye. So after that first playoff game, they're going to be on the road possibly. So, and these are seedings based on rankings and division winning. So like to your point, the most dangerous team arguably could be the Texans or the Bills, even though they're the wild card spots.
Right. Yeah.
But, because it's all based on schedule, and that's where we got the number 1 seed getting the bye in New England because they have the easiest schedule No one expected them to be as good as they were. So they got the last place schedule and they're playing first place football. And they're going to pretty much win out the rest of the season or win a majority to take the number 1 seed and get that first round bye. Honestly, after that, I mean, we can say we don't know what's going to happen. We've already talked about how he's already in the greatest offense of all time with Daniels and company, learning under what Tom Brady learned under, with Vrabel and company establishing the Belichick way. I don't know, bro. They could mess around and win a damn Super Bowl, but I don't know. But they could just be like the Lions last year, where they had a great season, got the number 1 seed, and maybe just ends up getting upset in the playoffs in some shape, form, or fashion. What do you think?
I really like Mike Vrabel, man. Like, I feel like like you said, he's just that Belichick, but I feel like Mike Vrabel is one of the coaches that's in the game. Like, when you watch the Ravens and John Harbaugh looks lost. He looks like what's the last president, man?
Not old man Joe.
He looks like Joe Biden out there. John Harbaugh does. When you look at Mike Vrabel is into the game, and he knows what's going on. He knows what buttons to push. He's pushing all the right buttons when it comes to Drake May. Drake May is playing phenomenal. And again, what's the best availability? Drake May is he's a prototypical quarterback. He's the right guy. The white guy. The right guy. Right now, Drake May is the right guy. He's the number 3 pick, and the year that we had last year is the year that Chicago's having. We had them in the playoffs in our segment last week. We have the Patriots number 1, and like you said, it's the schedule. They're playing the Ravens, the Jets, and the Dolphins next. Those are all winnable games.
All 3 wins.
All winnable games for this team, because this team is playing well. And we question whether is it not Willie McGinnis, but the coach that they had last year.
Gerard Mayo.
Yes, we question whether getting rid of Gerard Mayo was right. I still don't think that was fair to him. No. But they made the right choice. It may not have been fair, but they made the damn right choice. Getting Mike Vrabel in the building, because him with Drake May, they must have seen something special. And the Patriots pushed the right buttons, like I said.
They thought what Vrabel did with Ryan Tannehill. He got them to the number 1 seed with Ryan Tannehill. So that showed that he was the coach that can do more with less. You know what I'm saying? So
a Dolphins legend right there.
Speaking of Dolphins here, Wiggs, your take on Close the Door a few episodes ago, when you said that the Dolphins somehow, some way, always turn around in mid-season. They're still in the hunt. They're like 6 and 7. They're like 6 and 7, 7 and 6. Yeah, bro. They've won 4 straight.
Let me look at this schedule real quick. This is what the Dolphins do. Whenever you count them out, this is when they win. Who do we have? We have the Steelers, the Bengals, the Bucks, and the Patriots. We can beat the Bucks, but right now I have the Joe Burrow. I picked up Joe Burrow for fantasy, and he's looking good. So their defense is still trash. So you can't say too much about the Bengals. The Steelers can be beat, but the Dolphins are no better than the Steelers. The Patriots, the only thing with that Patriots game, it's the last game of the season. So if the Patriots don't need it, they can rest their players.
They're going to sit the starters.
Maybe we win that game. Yeah, maybe we win that game. If we win all 4, we get to 10 wins. I still don't think that's enough to get in the AFC wildcard race. I think all those teams are going to have 11 wins or more. So,
and if it ends up where 10 wins ends up being the last seed, it's going to fall down to a tiebreaker or something like that, or maybe like some playoff scenario where you need a few people to lose and you need to win and all this other crap. But I don't think they have it, but the Patriots go. Drake May. Let me ask you this, go.
I know you're not gonna say it, but Drake May, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have to give him more credit? Should he have been the second pick? Should he have been the first pick?
Honestly, I mean, every quarterback looks like they are right where they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Williams fits perfect in Chicago. I mean, I think it's great that he's going to a blue collar town. Him being, from the PG County area. He's a diva, and everybody there is humble. So it's the perfect match to calm his ass down and look how he's doing. Nice. He's not painting his nails. He's in the film room now. And 5, come on, baby.
Perfect.
If I had to go back and do it again, Wiggs, give me 5 more times.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? It's 5. I'm comfortable with 5.
It's the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, and Drake May looks like he's supposed to be out there in Massachusetts. So, you think Drake May was going to be on U Street with us? Get out of here. 5 going to be at the club with us. 5 will be at stadium.
It couldn't have happened better. And Bo Nix in Denver.
Perfect setup, yeah. Perfect. So I'm okay. And then Michael Penix in Atlanta.
Michael Penix in Atlanta. Come on now. We got another left-handed Michael in Atlanta.
Yeah, and McCarthy, despite what he's been doing outside of the game he played against
McCarthy in Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah, I like Michigan. Where everybody landed. I like where everybody landed. I wouldn't second guess it.
And now, I think that draft is still going to go down as
it could possibly, bro, because no cap, after Lamar, Mahomes, and Allen, after their era, it's this is the era that's going to follow them.
The era.
Let
me ask you this: can one of these quarterbacks win the Super Bowl? One of these
this year,
yes. Year quarterbacks.
This year, yes, they can. I will put my money on Drake May.
I
will put my money on Drake May.
Drake May, Bo Nix, Caleb May, Caleb Williams. Oh, that's 3 real chances, man.
I will put my money on them. Yeah, man.
3 good teams.
And like I said, next year, all of our players are going to come back healthy, and we got a pissed off 5. Stay tuned, Brodies. Click on the bottom right-hand corner, like and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. That is our episode for today. It's the Lower Code World. It's the guy, Jay Wiggs. It's Brody Sports Talk Prime Time. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. Peace.